Hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I mentioned in my previous video about how to actually do this, how to actually marshal your resources at the innermost level, beyond the physical, so you can do what you want to do. And I want to talk a little bit about the move to the island of Kauai. Here I am on the island of Kauai. There's the ocean in the background. This is a beautiful park in Nini Beach where we landed when we first came. Camped many nights. It's an incredible place, actually, for $6 a night. It's pretty world class. Little chickens scratching around in the background. But I want to show you a video of myself, and this is a video I took in the middle of the move. And I think some of you think that, I'm making this up. And you could never do this. And it wouldn't help anyway. And all I can say is, you're wrong. It would help you. You have so much more inside you. You don't understand yet. A lot of you, maybe some of you do. Actually, I'm sure some of you do. But some of you haven't tapped into that yet. You don't know what you're capable of. In the tradition I've been trained in, we talk about something called basic goodness. Basic goodness is a sense that you have of reality that's in here, that's not about whether things are pleasant or unpleasant. It's not about whether things are going to go your way, because things don't always go our way. I don't have to tell you that. Things don't always go our way. So that whole pie in the sky, everything will be fine. Yeah, it's weak. It's weak sauce, as they say. Weak sauce. But this video is me in the middle of those 3 days of moving that I talked about in my last video, or 2 videos ago. Last video, probably. And joy is there. Not joy because I feel great. Not joy because it's actually going to work. I didn't know if it was going to work. I wasn't sure. A lot of people in my world thought it was crazy to pick up and move to Kauai. I didn't know anybody in Kauai. It's supposed to be super expensive. How was I going to get housing? It's I mentioned in one of my videos recently that the pandemic was rough on me. I had to go through a bankruptcy. How are you going to get housing when you've gone through a bankruptcy and you're frickin' disabled? And then you're going to move to Hawaii where everything's super expensive? Except we did it, and it's fine, and it's cheaper. Don't you, all of you, move to Hawaii. Please don't do that. And if you do, move to the Big Island, because it's a lot cheaper. Anyway, it's cheaper than here. A lot easier to live there. But honestly, Hawaii doesn't need a lot of people moving there unless you're just passionate to be here. Passionate to be here. I was passionate. So how did I dig in? How do you actually do it? You have to work with your fear directly. You have to work with your exhaustion directly in your mind and heart. You cannot, but you cannot bullshit this. You cannot just say, I'll think happy thoughts. Not strong enough. Weak sauce. You have to know how to lean into your own suffering and to unlock at least part of it. And you unlock it not by going away from the pain. Trying to stay away from the pain is workable sometimes. No, you go into the pain. You dive into the pain, you swim in it, and you find out that hidden as a secret at the bottom of the pain is freedom. Nobody will tell you this in our culture. But there are cultures where everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. You know, Tibetan culture, yeah, go live in a refugee camp for a couple of decades. They know about suffering. They know about hardship. And they know what to do with it. They know where to go to fix it. This isn't pie in the sky. It's ground level reality. And it allows you to change your life in really positive ways, even if changing your life means you're just able to get out and go to the grocery store that day, which I know can be hell, just trying to get to the grocery store. Or just honestly trying to get online to order groceries online can be really hard depending on what's going on. I think about 2 really hard years I had. I didn't know my diet was off and it was causing my symptoms to be about double. And every day I was eating this stuff and it was destroying me. And I wasn't mindful. I wasn't paying attention to myself. I didn't notice. Price of an education. Just trying to do the most basic things was so hard. Even watching TV was painful. But it doesn't matter from this perspective. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what you're facing. You can tap into that basic goodness because it's and this is the secret I get into the program. It's what you're made out of. You're made out of this stuff. All humans are. Actually, from a Buddhist perspective, all animals are even. You're made out of it. So it's not foreign, it's not weird, it's your nature. And you can learn to recognize it. All right, here's the video. Take a look. Whatever, get what you can out of it or don't like it, I don't care. It is what it is. All right, sending the best to you all. Hello, my friends. Whew, do I look tired? I am so tired, you have no idea. This is day 3 of moving, and I have been moving and moving and moving. And now I'm at my girlfriend's house temporarily. You can see all the moved stuff. We're gonna try and sell a bunch of things. I had to move so much furniture down 3 flights of stairs into a moving truck with a guy I hired because I couldn't afford to hire a whole team, so I had to participate. And to be completely frank, actually I couldn't afford one person, but the pandemic was rough on my finances, so I just had to do it and hit some heavy furniture. But here's day 3, and probably it's going to be a late night. It's probably going to go till 11 or something. And I actually feel really inspired. I feel like my body is beyond its limit, way beyond its limit. And there was so many unknowns. There's so many things I was just like, how is this going to work? But it worked. Or parts of it worked and parts of it didn't, and then parts of it did and parts of it didn't. Played a lot of good music. Good music is so good when you're exhausted and you have to, excuse my words, but effing perform. And there's no option to stop. There's no option to stop. And I have to go back there and keep cleaning. We're most of the way out, but there's still some critical things to do. And it's not going to be an easy night, but it'll be just what it is. It'll be just what it is. And the exhaustion running through my whole system right now is understandable. It's real. I can feel it. I'm not pushing it away. I'm not suppressing it. But I'm also not letting it control me. And I'm not feeling that the world is a terrible place, or that I'm a bad person, or I deserve to suffer. Do you understand? This is what I'm trying to offer you. The impossible is possible. Sometimes. But sometimes. You'll take sometimes, won't you? I know I will. And then there's those hard limits, and you just hit the hard limits, and that's fine. You got to deal with that. Life has hard limits. Life has death. There's a hard limit. Life has disappointments and heartbreaks. Those are real. But this other stuff, the pain that comes and goes, passes through like a train, like a subway train. You can just let it pass through. I hope this made sense. I'm really tired. Did I mention that? I'm super tired. Hope you're having a great day.